You are about to enjoy an It Takes Three Network podcast. I didn't realize I was going to make such a squeak.
Welcome back to Let's Talk OC and OC Podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Liz.
And this week we're discussing Season 4, Episode 4, The Metamorphosis. Original air date, November 16th, 2006. Written by Layla Gerstein and directed by Norman Buckley. Summer realizes that she is more like the new Summer than she'd cared to admit to. Sandy makes a new friend, and Julie and Caitlin make a wager. Julie tries to stay away from men, and Caitlin tries to stay out of trouble.
Like that was ever going to happen.
Hey, listen, they tried.
They both tried for like 5 hours.
But also like mother, like daughter.
Totally.
Right? Okay, so the scoop this week, we're talking about the ice cream scoop provided by Michael Del Vasto, Del_Vasto on Instagram, is rainbow sherbet.
Oh my God, I love rainbow sherbet.
Rainbow sherbet. A rainbow is caused by the refraction of light. Refraction is the change in the direction of a wave. This goes with the little metamorphosis, as it is also a change from one stage to another. He also likes to add that is also the title of Hilary Duff's first album.
It's so true.
Thank you, Mike. In this week's episode, we have the three characters from last week, Summer, Ryan, and Julie, moving on to the next stage of their life in the acceptance and moving forward with Marissa's death. This builds off of last week's episode when they all came to the realization that they couldn't continue living the way they were. Like a wave of light changing direction to form a rainbow, these characters also have to change how they are living their life. Also, a rainbow changes colors as you go from top to bottom. These changes could also symbolize the stages of life or grief one must go through in a lifetime, as we see Summer go through the 5 stages in the beginning.
Wow. Always so detailed, Mike.
Every week, though. I know we keep saying that, but really, you have to recognize
Very
it.
Poetic.
Great job,
Love
Mike.
rainbow sherbet, though. As a kid, that was always
God,
like my
I know.
go-to.
Yeah.
So good.
It's been a while since I've had
Me
sherbet.
too. I could really go for some.
Do you like creamsicle, too?
I love creamsicle. I love like key lime. I like fruity stuff.
Yeah.
When it comes to my desserts, where I feel like most people are like chocolate or peanut butter, but I like fruity.
Yeah. I feel like today's kind of like the old days for you, Liz, because with Tree Hill Talk, we always watch the episode and then talked about it right after.
Yeah.
And on Gossip Girl, we watch the episode and talk about it right after. With OC, it's a little bit different now, but you just watched the episode.
Yeah, it's fresh in my mind. So, and it was a really good episode.
You liked it?
Yeah, it's much lighter than we've been watching. Feels like I feel better. Not that we ever get over Marissa. We'll never get over her, but they're trying to. So we should try to as well.
That's very well said. Actually, a lot of our listeners who sent in their questions and comments also felt the same way in the terms of this episode, felt lighter.
Yeah.
Felt almost reminiscent of the old OC
Definitely.
episodes.
Yeah, I agree. Not to say that, like they did mention Marissa. So not to say
Yeah.
that like it was lighter because she wasn't mentioned,
No.
but she was. And it felt like the way it should be.
The energy of it.
Yeah, the energy of normal OC.
Yeah. So the episode opens. We have Summer in therapy.
Finally.
She's sitting on the
on.
couch and she's talking about how she's changed since she's gotten to college. And the therapist reassures her that this is a totally normal thing.
Right.
But Summer feels that she's actually been throwing herself into new experiences to avoid dealing with what happened with Marissa.
At least she comes to terms with that. She's aware.
She's very aware.
Yeah.
So Summer's healing goes like this. We have denial, anger, bargaining, depression, anger again, and then acceptance. And this all happens in 1 week.
Yeah. 5 stages of grief. And you can, experience multiple ones over and over again.
Right.
And you can even accept, but then you still could experience
Anger. All of it.
something. So, yeah, totally relatable.
Sure. We had this montage of her going through all of the steps and crying and tissues and
it
screaming.
Was funny,
and
but it was supposed to be sad, but it was
Right.
it was funny. It was comical.
It was done in a sitcom way. The only thing I can't get past is the fact that she healed, and I'm using
In a
air
week.
quotes, in a week.
Yeah, unrealistic. Very unrealistic.
But we still saw her go to it, so it's like props to you, but okay.
Right.
But after her week of healing, she's ready for her weekend with Seth. He's flying in, and he's really worried that she's going to break up with him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if she wouldn't have had him come all the way out there, though. Like
That's
maybe
true.
she would have like done it. Not that it's great, but done it over the phone or like wrote him a letter or something like that. Or if he's coming all the way out to Providence, I would be upset if someone broke up with me and then I had to go home.
But imagine if you're dating this person for so long and they break up with you via phone.
No, I mean it wouldn't be okay that way either. Yeah. So,
Right.
But he was pleasantly surprised.
He was, because when he gets to the airport, she walks in. Hello, Sunshine is playing.
He's like, oh my goodness.
Her hair is blowing. She's looking like the old Summer, and she gives him the biggest kiss. It was cute.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Yeah. And this takes him by total surprise. He's like, my baby's back, and he's really excited about it. So
Oh yeah.
back at the dorm, Seth and Summer finally had alone time.
Yeah. He's like, wow, it's not what I pictured. It's even better. And she's like, ew, you were thinking about it?
Yeah. And he then tells her how he thought she was actually going to break up with him. And then she asked, well, what were you going to do if the old Summer didn't actually come back? And so he ended up bringing the season 3 of The Valley for her. And he's like, this would have made you sway your decision.
Yeah.
If
She's
anything.
excited.
She's really excited. And so she finally decides to decorate her room. She's hanging a Devil Wears Prada poster.
Yeah.
She has all her magazines out. And then Che comes in and she shows Che who she really is. And he's really supportive for her. But he talks about the protest that's happening on solar energy. And so Summer throws the flyer into the garbage. She's like, that's not me anymore. And he also meets Seth at this point.
Yeah. He's like, oh, boyfriend. Nobody knew he existed.
Yeah.
And she does show him the picture of Marissa.
Right.
This is why I am the way I am. My friend died last year. And like, I just don't know who I am. And I was figuring that out. And I guess I'm not really like you, even though later on she's like, maybe I am.
Right. But Che is really supportive. He's like, you found this place in the world.
He did not bug me whatsoever in this episode.
Me neither. So after their hangout and greeting with Che, they watch The Valley, and they're in the opening living space of the dormitory. And Summer realizes that she's really not into this show anymore.
Yeah. And she thought that was the love of her life was The Valley.
Yeah. She's also realizing she's not really into gossip magazines either. And she asks, what's happening with JT and Cameron?
Throwback.
Seth
I'm like, wow.
I know. And Seth is like, I don't know. She's like, I know. I don't either.
Right. How the times have changed.
And this is all coming to fruition. She goes back into her room and she sees the flyer she threw out into the garbage. And she realizes, well, maybe I'm actually like the new Summer.
Right. But you can have a balance.
You can.
I think she needs to find that balance.
Right. So she is still trying to push these feelings down. She goes shopping. She goes to the mall. Everything she buys, she doesn't like. She calls Che when Seth goes out on his own for a walk just to see how the rally went. And he said that there's a proposal happening tomorrow. There's going to be this big debate. And he's also surprised why she's calling him and asks, hey, how's your new sweater?
Yeah, and she's looking at it. She's like,
Yeah, because she's trying on her new clothes as she's on the phone. And she's like, I don't like this sweater at all.
Even though I feel like that new sweater was more of like the new Summer.
Agreed.
So she's like, I don't like that aspect of it, but I like, being an activist and having people, like what you have to say. I mean, she was kind of like that in high school, but now people are like caring about what she's saying. And she's like, yes, I should make a difference.
Yeah. Use your voice, Summer.
Right.
So Seth comes back from getting food and he overhears Summer making a very passionate speech about solar energy. And Seth starts to feel that maybe he doesn't quite fit in with Summer's new life. So he goes to Che. First off, Che is in his dorm. He's in his room. So he's in his private space.
Right.
And he's playing the guitar in the nude.
Yeah. Luckily, the guitar was over the private areas.
Yes. Very comical. he gets up and Seth is like, oh, whoa, okay. And, he's just there. He just wants Che's help. But then Che's like, hey, come bring it in. Let me hug you. And he hugs Seth.
He's like, we could have just, all right, done a handshake. Nope. Okay. But I laughed. It was funny.
I know. And it also is sweet that Seth is trying and that he does go to the main source of this and tries to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So Che and Seth arrive to the debate later on, and Seth is so supportive and he's really excited. But it turns out that Seth is actually not allowed in the room because he's not a student.
Yeah.
So he tells Summer, you go, I'll wait outside. She feels bad because it's his last night in Rhode Island. And he's like, no, you go change the world. You need to do this. I'll be out here. And so Seth waits outside. He's sleeping on the bench. She comes out in the middle of it to wake him up. And he's like, did we win?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, not yet. This can go on all night. And he reassures her, like, you need to go back in there. You're making a difference. You go, I will be fine. But at this point, he decides that he's going to head back to Newport. He gets to the airport, tries to book the next flight. It's like at 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, he leaves her a voicemail saying, if you don't hear from me for a while, it's not that I don't love you. It's because I do.
Yeah. Very nice.
I thought so too.
Yeah. He's giving her space, even though he pretty much was this whole time. But now he knows she's coming back to herself, figuring out how to balance everything. And so he's like, I'm here when you need me. And I really appreciate that about him, because there was a time that he kept poking his nose in everyone's business. Didn't need to happen. So I'm glad to see the change in Seth.
Just loving the new Seth.
Yeah.
The matured Seth.
Definitely.
Okay, so back in Newport, we have Ryan, who's trying to keep himself busy. First off, we see him on the beach.
Oh my God.
Can we talk about this thirst level?
Thirst is so high.
It is so high. He is jogging. He's doing push-ups. And then we see another thirst level.
Yum.
A little snack at the top of the beach. Surf Sandy Cohen.
Surfer Sandy and working out Ryan.
I mean,
very, very high on the thirst level today.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really sweet. Sandy is trying to make small talk with Ryan. He's trying to get out of him how Seth and Summer are. He mentions Ryan's new job at El Pavo Guapo. And he's really excited about this because he's going to get a discount on shrimp tacos.
Yeah, and Ryan's like, you're only limited one per person.
Yeah. And then they also talk about Berkeley, which will happen next year.
Yeah, and Ryan doesn't say like, no, I'm definitely not doing that. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
I just have to stay busy for right now.
Right.
Sandy is trying to make a friend, and he's really lonely.
This is relatable, I think.
I think so, too.
For an older guy who now he's almost empty nesters. Like his kids are almost off to college, and so like he needs to find a buddy. And I love the part where he's like, Jimmy went, and then
we have Jimmy left. Caleb died. Jimmy left again. And then Neil has left.
Right. So there's no guys for him to hang out with.
Yeah. And he's also bummed because he thought he could hang out with Ryan while Seth is away, but Ryan's going to be busy working.
Yeah. So he's lonely.
He's lonely. So Kirsten asked, like, hey, why don't you ask out Jason Spitz from The Office? And Sandy goes through these questions. Is it weird to ask a guy out? What if Spitzy doesn't like me?
Spitzy. And she goes, oh, we're calling him Spitzy now. He's like, yeah, I think he'll like it. What about you?
But I have a question for our guy listeners. Is it weird to ask another guy to hang out? Like, have you gone through this?
Right.
So let us know.
Because, I mean, not that I venture out meeting new people. I'm really comfortable with the people that I am friends with. And so it probably wouldn't be me to reach out. But I do have people that are like, hey, let's get a cup of coffee. I'm like, okay. But it wouldn't be me who would be like, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee. Unless it's like Michelle.
Right. Yeah. So Sandy ends up taking Kirsten's advice. He is super hesitant about it. But at work, he catches Spitz in the hallway, asks him to hang out.
He's like,
yeah. And Spitz is like, ooh, can I get back to you? But it ends up being a total success.
Yeah.
So their first outing, they go golfing, which was really funny because two of their swings were interrupted by phone calls from their wives.
And they're both like, ugh.
Yeah. Spitz's wife was just really calling to see if he needed an out.
Which is really cute.
Yeah. And then Kirsten's call was just to see how it was going. So they golf. They end up going to the restaurant where Ryan works to watch the game, and they grab food there. Ryan starts his new job. He's on his first day at the restaurant, and as he's clearing off tables, Taylor sees him working. And so is caught off guard, but she asks if he knows where Seth is and tells him that Seth's away. Earlier that morning, she received a letter that her husband wants to file for divorce. Also, let's not forget to mention that she's now living with Julie and Caitlin.
Yeah, in the house that Neil just graciously gave to Julie.
Yes. How nice of him.
How nice.
Right. So she asked Ryan for help because she has no one.
Right. She was going to ask Seth for the help.
Yeah. If we need to talk about how that situation would have went down.
Oh my God.
Right. But she needs help dealing with her pending divorce, and she's afraid to be alone with her ex because he has sensual powers.
Right. She's afraid she's not going to be able to say no, and he's going to have her come back with him to Paris, and she's going to be married, and that's it. And she doesn't love him.
No, but she also can't say no to him.
But she can't say no.
Right. So she's like, if you help me this one time, I'll leave you alone. So Ryan agrees. They go to the yacht club. That's where they're supposed to meet her husband. They're making a small chat. She asks about how cage fighting is. She's always wanted to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
And
she'd be good at that.
And then asks what his favorite fruit is. And Ryan says peaches. And Taylor, she pauses and says, oh, he used to say my two breasts were like peaches.
That's my favorite. Are we doing the Taylorism yet?
We could.
Okay, because that was my favorite.
Yeah,
one, but.
This episode, we're also going to implement Taylorism of the Week. And Ant and I were talking about this over the weekend. He's like, it'd be really funny if you guys like both bring your own Taylorism and then you rock, paper, scissors, shoot for it, film it, and then whoever wins, you play the clip in the episode.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, sure, that's fun. But we both agree on it. That was my Taylor.
So that's it. That would be the one. Here it is.
He used to say my breasts were like too soft.
Is that him?
We're two peas in a pod over here.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so her husband is not the one who shows up. It's actually his lawyer.
Who is such a familiar actor. He's been in a load of things. I think he's actually French.
Is he?
I mean, if he's not, he speaks beautiful French.
We'll look it up on break because I did not look that up.
He's very familiar, and I'm trying to think if it was like a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie back then, something, but I'm going to find out.
So the two of them Taylor and the lawyer start talking French in front of Ryan, and Ryan is just standing there super awkwardly.
What am I doing here?
And pretty much what's being said is that the only way the divorce can be granted is if one of them was unfaithful.
Right, because Henri will not divorce her.
No.
So the lawyer just came to say, you're going to come back with us because he won't divorce you. But if you guys were unfaithful, maybe that's another story.
Right. So she grabs Ryan's arm, and when Ryan asks, oh, what did you say? And so Taylor then says, I just told him you liked soccer. And then Ryan replies with, oh, I like soccer. It's so funny.
It is funny. It's so light, and I love when they don't take themselves too seriously, especially when we see Ryan like that, because it's very far few between that we do.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that.
Yeah. So what Taylor needs is a document signed. This is the second part of the favor she didn't realize she would need. So she brings it to Ryan at work, and she's like, hey, can you do me one more favor? This is just a document. It's all in French, but it's just to attest to my character. And so he's like, okay, leave it for me. I'll do it for you. And then she just has to make sure you definitely can't speak French or read French. And he's like, no, I can't. And she's like, okay, great. So she's really excited for this. Well, Ryan ends up getting a French-English dictionary and spending like 5 hours.
Like, I want to know what this says before I signed my life away here.
And he starts, going through the document and realizes that it says that they pretty much are lovers and that they've had sex like 30 times. So when Taylor goes to get the document, Ryan apologizes, but he's like, I can't help you. And I'm really sorry, but this job is all I can handle right now.
Yeah, I felt badly.
I did too.
Like, who's to say, like, you would have just signed the document and it would have been done? Like, I don't know what the repercussions would have been with that,
right?
If anything. So I was like, oh, come on, Ryan, just sign it. Just be a good pal.
I know, but like,
you don't need to like be mentally in this.
No,
but he was like, nah, I can't do it.
I get it.
Yeah, I get that too.
He can't help it. And she ultimately understands. She's sorry she brought him into this, but she's like, I don't have anybody. And if I don't get anybody to sign this document, I'm going to have to go back to France.
Yeah. And she's like, I know I don't love him. I just did a rash thing. And then so sad. She's like, I didn't have friends until last year. And I moved away. And at college, he was the first person who liked me. And we were at the Eiffel Tower. And I was like, yeah, sure. Let's do this. So poor Taylor.
I know. And, you know, her mom isn't the greatest and she doesn't have a relationship with her dad.
Yeah,
so
she definitely, she's needy in a way where some might say it's overbearing. Right. But to us, it's just, oh, that's Taylor. We just want to see her happy and someone should help her.
Yeah.
Someone help the girl out.
Right. So later that evening when Ryan is leaving his shift, Sandy and Spitz are entering. So like we said at the beginning, they were going out to Ryan's restaurant. So Sandy asked Ryan to join them, but Ryan, he just wants to go home. He's like, I didn't get fired today. I didn't punch anybody. He's pretty much just like going through the motions of life. Mm-hmm. And so Sandy tells him that like, whether you like this or not, you're the type of guy who's just always going to help people, which I thought was very interesting for Sandy to say at this point.
Right, because out of all, like, through the past, that's always what gets Ryan in trouble.
I know.
Even though it is for a good reason. He's not doing it maliciously. It's like, oh man, Ryan, you were always out to help even when you didn't need to. And now Sandy's like, yeah, you should help. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
I know. Sandy doesn't even know what's happening.
Right. So what was that lesson for?
And he did talk about, you know, Ryan brings up Marissa like, oh, you think I'm just going to get over her? And Sandy's like, no, you just will learn to live with it. And you're going to learn to help other people because this is what you do. So this is like a light bulb moment for Ryan. Yeah. And he realizes he has to do something. So he heads to the yacht club where Taylor is with the lawyer. And Taylor is telling the lawyer that she just doesn't love him.
Yeah, and she's crying.
And so Ryan runs in and he kisses Taylor in the most passionate way.
It wasn't just like, oh, hey, I'm here, Pack. It was like, no, let me prove to him that
it's French kiss.
We are passionate.
Yeah. And then the lawyer's like, oh, well, I don't need a signature after this. I know love when I see it.
Right? And they're like, uh-huh. I'm like, oh my goodness. I know love when I see it.
Know.
That's pretty
that's a
bold statement.
And then he leaves.
Even though I secretly love it.
Oh, no, me too. I do too. But after that, Ryan takes off.
Yeah, Ryan's like, okay, I'm going to go now.
Yeah. Last but not least, so Julie and Caitlin. Julie's doing much better.
Thank goodness.
Her and Caitlin make a bet that Julie can't stay away from men for a week and that Caitlin can't stay out of trouble for a week, and then they shake on it. So Caitlin is easily convinced to get fake IDs with the Lukes at school.
Yeah, it didn't take much at all for that.
She's like, no, I'm trying to be good. Okay, sounds good. I'll do it. Julie is out with Kirsten and they discuss new match.
Yeah, so she wants to get back into the business. And Kirsten's like, it was always there. I was waiting for you.
Right.
So I'm glad we're getting back to this.
Yeah, let's give Julie a work purpose here. And also Kirsten.
Yeah, poor Kirsten. She's been like,
just hanging around
floating.
Waiting. Yeah. I know. She also lets Kirsten know that she has sworn off men for a little while. But at this point, they see Taryn, the head noopsie, who looks amazing.
They're like, oh, did she get work done? She must have gotten work done.
But she ends up telling Julie that she's been seeing and doing younger men. And the fact that Julie isn't going to be young forever, that she should really join Taryn when they go out.
And I was like, wait, what's younger men to her? And I'm thinking like, well, Julie had that whole thing with Luke. What do they consider younger? I hope they're of age. And then the guy comes out. He's probably like, what?
20?
20?
Yeah.
5, if that, maybe. And so
I think they're just being cougars.
Yeah, just cougars.
Right.
Is maybe the term they should have used. But when they said younger men, I'm like, oh, this is like flashback Luke.
I know.
Not good. She's done that already. Don't put her out there again.
Julie was kind of leading the
right?
whole...
She was the beginning, the starter of this club.
So anyway, Julie's trying to be good. She tells Kirsten she'll hang out with her because Sandy's out with Spitzy. And Taryn calls her and convinces her otherwise. So they head to this club, they're doing shots, and Julie is just grinding up on
She's a good dancer.
Younger man. She is very provocatively
very
dancing.
provocative.
This just so happens to be the club that Caitlin is sneaking into with her ID.
So awkward.
So they both see each other and they know they both have failed. It's very funny.
It was funny. Like, truce.
Right. So to wrap up, we see Seth at the airport. He's waiting for his flight. And then we shoot to a scene with Summer getting the voicemail. And he drew her.
I got a little choked up,
Wasn't
actually.
that beautiful?
It was beautiful.
I want to say it's a little Miss Vixen.
Just like
wrapped in ivy.
Yeah, like kind of like poison ivy.
Yeah.
But like a little Miss Vixen mixed in there.
Yeah, and
it made me a little emotional. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, he knows like she's evolving and like the little Miss Vixen should evolve too.
Yeah, it's really...
I was like, oh.
I also love in the beginning of the episode, they had an exchange about recycling. And he's like, oh, I actually taught you how recycling works. So I can support you in this way. We see Kirsten and Sandy playing strip Scrabble in bed.
I laughed so hard.
And Sandy's losing.
Because you can see, it's like a weird scene where they just shoot like him flip the game so you can just see what the game is. I'm like, they're going to play strip Scrabble.
Yeah, because earlier in the episode, him and Kirsten, they talk a bunch of times on the phone. And he tells her how Spitz's kid caught him and his wife playing strip Scrabble.
Yeah, I was like, what did he catch them doing?
Yeah. So Sandy brings home Scrabble to play.
Yeah, he likes the idea.
Yeah. Julie and Kirsten, they're in the kitchen and they share a pint of ice cream, which is like a silent truce.
Yeah.
I liked this scene. And then we have the pool house. So Ryan's in the pool house. The lights are on. He's not asleep. Taylor knocks. She goes, were you asleep? And he's like, no.
And she's like, I have impeccable timing.
And it's also like, clearly he wasn't asleep.
Right. He wasn't asleep, but like, this is where he lives / sleeps. And it's just, she's like, am I overstepping my boundary? At least she's aware that there's a boundary.
Yeah. But she wanted to thank him. And so she made him a peach tort.
Oh my God. Probably so good. I want that.
And she says how she's not very good at cooking or baking, but like torts, she rocks.
Yeah. I'm sure she is good because she's a perfectionist type of person.
Right.
So growing up, she didn't have that love and attention from her mom. She doesn't know who her dad is, as she said. And so I'm sure she was like, let me bury my nose in books and recipes and get, become perfect and all that stuff. So I imagine the tort is delicious.
And a peach tort.
And a peach. Peaches.
And so she brings 2 spoons and she's really nervous for him to try it. And she's rambling about, thank you so much for helping me. And then he's like, this is a really good tort.
Yeah.
Which
it was
I
so cute.
Loved him saying that. And then they have a discussion of, who thought 6 months ago we'd be sitting here sharing a tort?
Right. Because they didn't really have a relationship in high school. She like tagged along with Seth and Summer. Ryan was always just like brooding and like doing whatever, or he was with Marissa, and so she didn't really get to know Ryan, and he doesn't know her.
No.
So it's fun. I like it.
It is fun. And so she ends up leaving, and you just see how smitten
she's giddy.
She is.
She stands outside the pool house like giggling to herself like, oh my God. And even after he kissed her, she like touched her lips for like 10 minutes. She's like, oh my God, Ryan, what just touched my lips? It's sweet.
It was very sweet. But that is how the episode ends. So we're going to take a short break and we'll be back with all your questions and comments.
Awesome.
We are back. We're going to go into our questions and comments. And first up is our tea from our trivia correspondent, Letitia_Dominique on Instagram. She says... Here's my trivia. The song Hello Sunshine, performed by Sid Matters, which plays during the airport scene at the beginning of the episode, is the same song which played during 119, The Heartbreak, performed by the band Super Fury Animals, when Summer and Seth had sex for the first time.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. And Super Furry Animals, not Fury, Michelle.
Furry.
Fury. When Caitlin asks about Neil, she mentions a small, bossy lady. Neil had mentioned he was going to work at Seattle Grays. The short, bossy lady, this could be a reference to Miranda Bailey on Grays, who's known to be quite bossy, and she was short.
She was, yes.
I
only watched like the first 5 seasons. It just got so ridiculous. So I know who they're referencing, but yeah, that makes sense.
Jean-Claude is played by William Avedy, who is Roman on Gossip Girl.
Yeah, that's where we knew him from.
There you go.
Roman.
That's why that looks familiar.
Yes.
And that made sense to me, too. I just couldn't think of it.
Right, and makes sense. Josh Schwartz, Stephanie Savage.
Right, totally. With 4 votes, Seth is TV.com MVP. Tish also felt this episode was really refreshing compared to the last 3, which we spoke about
Definitely.
at the top of this episode. When she thinks of season 4, she always remembers the scene with Ryan and Sandy on the beach.
Hell yeah. How can you forget?
I know, now I will
I
not
always
forget.
remember seeing Ryan run on the beach with his that black
Yeah.
tank in his hair. That's like season 4 to me.
Yeah. Also, she's enjoying the use of all the voicemails in this season.
Nice.
Thanks, Tish. Mike, at Del_Vasto on Instagram, he says he feels for Sandy in this episode because he finds it a challenge to make friends as you get older.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true.
It's easy to make work friends, but outside of that, it's harder when you're older.
Right, because you could have work friends that are strictly like, yeah,
Work
we
friends.
could get happy hour, but also maybe we don't want to get happy hour. You just kind of
Yeah.
want to go home.
Right. Because outside of that, unless you join a league or a group or you're
Yeah.
mingling in a
You're kind of
bar,
like stuck in your old ways and you're like, I don't really want to venture out, which is totally fine.
Right. Regarding the scene with Julie at the bar, who dances like that?
Isn't he from Dancing with the Stars? I'm pretty sure that guy's from Dancing with the
I
Stars.
have no idea.
I want to say his name is like Artemis or something. I could totally be mixing him up with someone else. It's been a long time since I've watched Dancing with the Stars, but my mom's an avid Dancing with the Stars person, so
Okay.
he looked quite familiar to me. So I think he's a professional ballroom dancer, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, Julie
And
had
she was
some
great.
moves too.
She had some good moves.
He liked the scene at the end with Julie and Caitlin. It really showed them acknowledging that they both had broke the deal, but
Yeah.
they're not going to get mad or argue.
Right.
And thinks that they're trying to turn over a new leaf.
I hope so.
Me too. I mean, this is all they have, guys. So
Right.
love it. Thinks Taylor should have just been honest with Ryan at first about what she needed
Right.
and who she needed Ryan to be.
Yeah, I think so too. After she had the conversation, she could have said, oh, it's probably not going to happen for me because we weren't unfaithful to each other. So how can you help me out here? Instead of hiding it and then pretending like you don't know French, so you just have to sign it. Yeah, it was kind of like backwards. She could have just told him the truth.
Yeah. Question. Would either of you have pretended to be in a relationship with a friend in order to get them a divorce?
Sure. I mean, now I'm thinking about it, like, would I have to sign anything?
I know.
So, like, going back to like what I was saying about Ryan, maybe I wouldn't have signed it if I was him because, you know, there might be some more legal steps to do after that, and you maybe don't want to get involved.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on the extent and who the friend was.
Right.
And if I'm single, I would obviously have to be single.
Well, yeah.
Because
It would be pretty awful if you weren't and then pretending to like be dating someone else,
Yeah,
or be in love with someone else.
and that could bring in a lot of
Lots of drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Jess at Mrs. Boquist on Instagram. She was impressed by Autumn's French speaking skills, so she found an article that stated that Autumn actually does speak fluent French.
She speaks beautiful French.
And she actually went to France with a friend for a month after graduation. However, she does not actually speak Latin, Spanish, or Korean.
Oh, wow. Well, she does languages very well.
She does. Jess also had a major thirst level for Ryan on the beach, as well as Sandy.
Yeah, definitely.
When Jess sent me that message, I responded with her, yeah, major thirst level this episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Julie Cooper or Dirty Dancing Havana Nights?
It was very Havana Nights. The style was very like sensual.
Yeah. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
Alicia at AAW3115. She says she really enjoyed this episode and it felt reminiscent of the past. Just the vibe of it.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor can be exhausting, but she has a really big heart.
Yeah, she does.
Wants to give a nod to Seth and how much he is maturing. Yeah. Questions. Do you think New Match has been going on this entire time, or are they just planning on bringing it back?
Probably on hold.
I think so too, right? Yeah.
I don't know what Kirsten's been doing to keep herself busy, but I mean, her and Sandy really, they only have each other at the moment. She didn't really have Julie.
Right.
So, and then her kids were kind of just depressed and So I don't think it was happening. No.
Yeah, I think it was on hold. Do you girls miss Marissa? Alicia says at the moment she does not miss her, and it's kind of hard for her to say because she's Team Marissa, but they reference her so much, so it feels like she's not really missing.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. I don't feel yet like a hole is missing there.
Same.
Because we're referencing her. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like, I don't feel anything just yet, but I'm sure like mid to end of the season, I'll be like, oh man, I really wish Marissa was there.
Right. And it also just feels different. That's
it just feels different.
It's not bad.
I think
it's just
I've
different.
just accepted that it's different. And so, no, I don't necessarily need her in this type of situation for the season.
Agreed. That's exactly how I feel. Why do you think Ryan chose to kiss Taylor? Do you think he just needed to feel? And do you think he has any feelings for her at the moment?
I don't think he has any feelings for her at the moment. I don't know if it was about feeling. I think he just wanted to help her out.
Same.
He's like, let me just get in there and try and do something that's going to prove to this guy that she needs me and that we're, hot and heavy. And he sure did.
Yeah.
And afterwards, she was very smitten. I don't think he thought twice about it.
Yeah, I don't think that really.
Unfortunately for her, but
right. I don't think it occurred to him.
Not just yet, at least.
No.
I don't think anything, he's a little dense in that department.
But I think this also gave him a purpose again of, oh, this is what I do. I do help people.
Right. Like, and I feel good for helping her. I'm getting back to my old me.
Right.
But no, I don't think he thought about it in that way.
No, I don't either. Thanks, Alicia.
Thank you.
Vic at MuseChick. She thought it was weird with the lawyer and Taylor speaking French because obviously they both can speak
He
English.
spoke English to Ryan.
So
that was unnecessary.
Why did they have to speak French? Yeah. Ryan's smile counter was up to 9. She kept count.
Whoa. Should we do that this season?
Yes, I think we should. Thank you, Vic, for that inspiration. I love that. What do you think Taylor would have done if she hadn't seen Ryan? And if Seth was there, would he have gone along with her idea?
Right, like a hypothetical there. I think Seth probably would have.
Probably just not kiss or anything.
No, because how could he and feel okay with doing that knowing Summer is in, Providence? Like, I don't think he would have felt comfortable. I don't know how else they would have convinced this Jean-Paul or Jean-Claude, whatever his name is, that they did have something. So maybe it was better that it was Ryan because he felt less guilt, like he didn't have to really think about doing it.
He doesn't have an attachment to anybody either.
Right, that too. Like, I'm not going to piss people off by doing this.
Right.
It's not going to lead anywhere, so it's fine. Just doing her a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder if Seth would have been there, what they would have done. I don't know.
Probably would have just signed, I think.
Yeah, he probably would have just signed.
Yeah. Thanks, Vic.
Thank you.
We had a couple of emails. First up is from Lisa. She wanted to touch upon our discussion last week we had in After Dark. My sister asked if we have any biases towards actors, and if they play a shitty character, do we then look at them as shitty people for the rest of eternity? And so Lisa says that it's more that she'll dislike a character because of a character who plays them. So her best example is Sam from Supernatural. She doesn't like Jared Padalecki because of Dean from Gilmore Girls.
Oh, come on. Actually, they're not completely different. I feel like Jared Padalecki brings himself into whatever role he's playing. So,
well, she says, I'm sure he's a really nice guy. But also vice versa. If she really likes the character, then she's more likely to like the character they're playing and be more forgiving.
Yeah, I could totally agree.
I think I'm definitely like that
me
too. Yeah. Loved Caitlin and Julie eating ice cream. This seems to be such a popular scene. And also loves Seth giving Summer room to grow.
Yeah, definitely.
And she thinks that she's going to like Ryan and Taylor more this time around. We will see.
Okay.
Let us know, Lisa, because we love Taylor.
Yeah, we love Taylor.
Michelle, she says she's finally glad that someone is going to therapy, even though it's set up in a sitcom skit kind of way.
I know. They should have been a little bit... I mean, as much as I did laugh, every single character on every single show we podcast about should go to therapy, and it's very rare that they do. So,
I know.
I know. We should shed some more positive. Like, it's okay to go to therapy. I mean, it's not that they were saying it wasn't here, but it was very comical. And so it made it feel like it wasn't
A big deal?
Yeah,
I
as
know.
important. So
Sandy has to stop being friends with Julie's husband's fiance because they always end up leaving.
so true. He needs to find a friend outside of that group, and hopefully Spitzy will be it.
Michelle is Team Neil in this episode. He did not have to let Julie stay in the house, but does that mean he's also paying for the other expenses while she's there? Utilities, food, etc.
Who knows? Yeah, that's a really weird
Really
situation.
good question.
Right. I mean, hopefully New Match starts...
Picking
it's up
up.
and running again, so she'll have her own financial stability. But until then,
I mean, Caitlin made a joke to her, right, about, oh, we'll find you a new rich man who will cheat on you and
Yeah.
can pay for all your stuff.
God, if that's not true.
Sandy should have helped Taylor with the
Right.
whole
He
situation.
probably could have gotten around that.
And she also says that Taylor could have helped him make new friends, and she's really good at making connections.
So true.
Regarding Julie, how long is it supposed to be since the last episode? Did Julie talk to anyone else other than Ryan about Marissa? It just seems that she's over it already. She's for it. It's just a little too soon.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say she's over it. I
Right.
just think that now she has closure as far as Volchuk being in jail, so she doesn't have to really worry about that. Of course, I'm sure she still wants him dead to an extent, but I think she's just looking past that. And yeah, well, the last time we saw Neil and Julie, she was like, "You're leaving." He's like, "It's my house," and she's like, "Good. Well, I'm staying."
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know how long it's been because she does seem to have her feet a little bit more grounded.
You're right.
So I don't know.
And I think just the Volchuk it's a big resolution.
Yeah, like that chapter, as much as it still hurts, I need to put it in the past, especially like her hate for him.
Right.
Obviously, she's never going to get over the death of her daughter,
No.
but like hatred towards someone that can eventually fade away.
Right.
I hope.
Yes, we hope. Thank you guys for all your questions and comments this week.
Yes.
Some music. We had editors, Lady Sovereign, Chingy, Cello, and 07.
I haven't heard that Lady Sovereign song in forever. I was like, wait, I have to even look up who sings this because I was like, it was a Tequila. I had no idea.
You knew
I
the
couldn't
song.
remember who was sang it.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
like, wow, throwback.
So some of our segments, what fashion do you have, Liz?
I have Ryan just in a plain black tee. No hate with that.
I liked his button-down green shirt.
Me too. I also liked Taylor's olive green shirt with the bow.
Jess said she loves Summer's impeach him tank.
Yes, I thought that was cute, and she like wore it over a shirt, which is very circa 2005
Yeah,
vibe. I loved Summer's headband braid.
me too.
I wish I could do that. It looks so
Same.
good.
I have thin hair, so it doesn't look
Me too. It
great.
would just be bald spots everywhere.
I like Julie's pajamas when she's eating the ice
Me
cream.
too. I loved that whole look. It just had, Sandy and Ryan thirst.
Oh yeah,
That was
Surf
really
Sandy.
I think that's all I had besides.
And Julie had a floral dress on. I really liked
she
that.
did. I like the cut of that dress.
Yeah. Some quotes.
I'm sorry, I have rage issues.
There is a man that can always get me on the dance floor. His name is Jose. Have you met my friend Julie Cooper? Uben Kruger.
My baby's back.
I'm trying to be a role model.
This one resonated with me. And all my artificially tanned glory. I'm like, yes, the perfect tan.
That shirt really brings out your eyes.
Oh,
The
you're
shirt is
calling
black.
him Spitzy now? Oh, when he says, my shirt
It's
is black.
black.
Okay. The man is a sexual Jedi. That was a good Taylorism, too.
Careful, lady. My girlfriend is going to be here any second.
I love when Spitzy and Sandy go out to dinner and he's like, meet one of my kids. I'm like,
I know.
I love it. So good.
You have a twin flame, and Che grabs Seth's cheeks. You two just be.
Good. Was that a sports reference?
I can't be moving here if the shawarma isn't up to par.
It's true. You got to have a good shawarma. My timing is impeccable.
I know love when I see it.
I think that's all I have. Yeah, I know love when I see it.
Torts I rock.
Towards I rock. This peach tart is really good.
Good stuff. All right. MVP and shittiest.
Yeah.
You feel good about it?
I feel good about it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1, Seth.
Sandy. Oh.
Okay.
I understand why you chose Seth.
Thank you.
But I chose Sandy for his speech to Ryan a couple of times in the beginning of the episode with, your life has to go on and we have to get you back to like the old Ryan. And then really for biting the bullet and calling Spitzy and just saying like, look, I need a friend. Do you want to go out? I mean, it's awkward. No one really wants to do it, but he did it. And look, he made a new cute friend.
I know.
So I was happy with that. But I like Seth for MVP too.
Yeah, I mean, Seth, he was very supportive to Summer. I'm glad that he did go to Che to say, hey, how can I be more informed? How can I help? And he is giving her space.
He is. It's very big.
So that is why I chose Seth. Lisa, Michelle, Alicia all chose Seth.
Wow.
Yeah, Vic and Jess chose Ryan.
Yeah, I could see that. He was a little moody, but then ultimately he did the
He
right
helped
thing.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shittiest?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy with it.
Yeah,
but,
same. Right. 3, 2, 1, Julie. Oh, okay.
I chose Caitlin solely for the purpose that she left the two Lukes outside and left.
Lukes.
She left them. She's like, no, I'm good. You guys go. I'm like, when you come together, you leave together.
Absolutely.
Don't do that. Rude.
Yeah. I chose Julie just, listen, you're a mom. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have fun when you're a mom.
Right. But like, you just swore off men. This is like something that you probably should have thought twice about, even if you were not swearing off men.
Yeah. And also, you just went out with Kiki, told her how excited you are.
Right. And then you blew her off.
Yeah. About new match. And then you blow her off to be a cougar with Taryn.
Yeah. Not
Come
okay,
on.
Julie.
Kirsten's always there for you.
She is.
Lisa, Michelle, and Jess all chose Julie as their shittiest.
Right. Yeah, totally.
So, good choices.
Yeah, all the consensus was pretty much the same. So.
Yeah.
Time for Patron of the Week?
Yeah.
Cool. It's Patron of the Week. 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 Who will it be?
It's Patron of the Week.
So this week, I chose a very special patron who you will hear on this week's episode of 3 Gossip Girls.
So exciting.
Over on our Patreon page, we select episodes for our patrons to come on as guests. And this month, we chose Shannon to be on Gossip Girl. She was an amazing co-host. We loved chatting with her. And I called her our shining star because her name on Instagram is a reference to Star Wars. So I was like, oh, she's our shining star. And the S for Shannon,
Love that.
So we really loved having you on, and you're welcome back anytime, our shining star.
Thanks, Shannon. Yeah, she was great.
She was
It
great.
was a fun episode. All right, let's see. I cannot believe I'm just going to read a haiku for you for the 5th episode.
I know. God.
All right, so here's your haiku for season 4, episode 5, The Sleeping Beauty.
Oh.
Ryan cannot sleep. Smitten Taylor tries to help. Benefit party.
Okay, well, so OC with a benefit party. I mean, I'm assuming that has to do something with new match. Would be great for them to throw some sort of charity event to raise money, but also raise awareness of their business. So I can totally see that. Ryan and Taylor, they might be smitten. I mean, I know Sleeping Beauty means you're dreaming, so maybe someone's dreaming of something in After Dark. We can definitely talk about that sequence. And Taylor, I mean, who wouldn't be smitten if Ryan kissed you, right?
I mean, yeah.
I would probably just collapse and just not know what
Especially
to do.
that kind of kiss?
Right, like a very passionate kiss.
Whoa.
If I was Taylor, that would be all I was thinking about.
I'd be making torts all the time.
You like pineapple? You like grapes?
What other fruits?
All day.
Grape tort. Ew.
Ooh, yeah. So I can totally sympathize with Taylor. I'm sure that's going to come up. And Sleeping Beauty, I believe to be Ryan, but we will see. I'm actually very excited for the progression of what's going to come. last time around. This was one of my favorite storylines of the entire series. So I'm already feeling like that butterflies, and I'm excited to watch because I don't remember exactly how everything pans out, but I'm very excited.
Good stuff.
Yay!
I know, I'm really excited too. And John's going to be our guest.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah. Our buddy John, if you've been listening to us for a while, you'll recognize his voice and his opinions. Maybe we'll have Aunt come on too, because we had them both on the last time.
Everyone loved that.
They were really fun to balance each other.
Yeah.
So, and Aunt loves Taylor. She's on his top 5.
Definitely.
So, and John too, actually. So this is really good.
It would be fun.
Good job, Liz.
Thank you.
Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to everyone who submitted your questions and comments and trivia and continue to do so. We love hearing from you. Everybody who's been reaching out to us.
They're the best.
You're listening, that you're enjoying the podcast, that you enjoyed last week's episode with my sister and Bobby.
We got so much positive feedback.
I know.
I was texting Sam, like, you guys are stars. Everyone loves you. She's like, this is amazing.
So we just love hearing from you guys, and we really appreciate it. We got a new iTunes Apple Podcast review.
Woo!
And Fairy Cakes on July 7th wrote, great podcast. Love the dynamic between the host, and rated us 5 stars. So thank you so much. If you are an Apple Podcast listener and you haven't left us a review, please consider doing so and rating us 5 stars. No pressure, but it's like Christmaka when we get it.
Yeah, and it really helps us as far as keep our numbers getting up, so we're more visible for people to find an OC podcast. So you definitely want to do that. I mean, don't you want to recommend us to people?
Right. And if you have a
OC
friend, just share it. Or if you want them to start watching the show.
Yeah, great way to introduce it. Like, watch it, listen to the podcast.
Join our community. We have a great network, It Takes 3 Network, on Patreon. It is a super fun community. We do behind the scenes there. We have Topic Tuesday where we just discuss very light things, but really fun stuff. This week was submitted by our girl Vic, and she sent it was how many TV shows?
100
TV shows, and you had to see how many you've seen 10 episodes or more of.
Yeah, and actually nobody really broke 50, which is crazy because we're such a binge-worthy culture, and I mean, we're a TV rewatch podcast, so you assume that you've watched so many TV shows, but really when I made my list, I only had 39.
I had 37.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I'm really not doing TV justice.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So anyway, we have a lot of fun over there. But we thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week for episode 5, The Sleeping Beauty.
After dark. After dark. Let's talk OC. Let's talk OC.
After Dark, The Sleeping Beauty.
Okay, so The Sleeping Beauty, it has to be the dream sequence.
It has to be.
It has to be, because that's why John chose it.
Right?
Michelle's
Googling.
I haven't been looking ahead too far.
Right. You don't want to ruin, your...
Rune from Gilmore Girls.
Rune. Oh my
Rune
God.
is a mood.
Yeah. Stay tuned to a Gilmore Girls bonus episode if you're a patron. That's coming very soon. But Rune, oh my God. That whole
he's
his
a prune.
character, he just cracks me up.
Rune the prune.
He is.
For sure. Yeah, I'm thinking this is the...
It has to be, right? Because he kissed her, and now he's like, well, I'm dreaming about it, and I never want to stop dreaming about kissing Taylor.
It's so... I mean, I know they do dance, and she wears this red dress at the charity event. I wonder if does that happen this episode? I'm not seeing the visual I want to see. I guess we'll
find out together.
Guess we'll see. Yeah. Sorry, guys, if this was really boring. Okay. So Vic, she just wanted to send out that when we were talking about the Bullet last week and all his sons, they're named after major oil refineries in Texas, but never found a city named Spencer.
Interesting.
So I guess we'll see with that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Also, Neil is not on the island.
What? So he does come back at least once, right?
Which I totally forgot. Yeah, one more time.
Is it at the wedding?
No.
Oh, so I had an assumption that he wasn't at the wedding.
Yeah.
All right, well, something to look forward to.
Yeah, Tish totally forgot that Summer gets kicked out of Brown.
Yeah, I forgot that too, actually.
And it's super crazy how fast season 4 is moving because next episode we meet Spencer and she does have a thing with Julie.
Okay.
Which we talked about. And then Jess, she asked, do you think if Marissa didn't die and Julie didn't have a reason to change her mind of Ryan, would she still have fallen for Frank?
Oh.
Because Julie and Ryan have come a long way.
They have. I think that she changed her mind before Marissa passed.
I do too.
Like, I think she came to terms with, wow, Ryan is not who I thought he was, and he was a good influence to an extent on Marissa and did a lot for my family, and you know, his adopted parents are the greatest. So I think that she kind of understood him more so.
Yeah.
I mean, now she definitely accepts him. But I don't think she would have been with Frank, honestly.
I don't either.
It's just a weird combination to me.
And
I don't even remember how it happens.
Same. And I'm looking forward. The bullet is coming real soon too.
Yeah, I mean, if Spencer's next week.
So, and that all of that, I know once I watch it's going to come back to me, but I really don't. I couldn't tell you how this all goes down. And actually, Ant doesn't remember either. And he's like my OC wiki in human form, which is embarrassing.
I guess because it's such a plot that like you just don't.
Yeah, I don't think about
focus on.
Yeah, I'm really excited though. I'm really excited for the Ryan and Taylor moments and episodes, and I'm excited that I don't remember them because it makes me watching it just adds that added level.
Yeah, it makes me very giddy.
Yeah,
I have to say. When I saw him kiss her, I mean, granted, I was taking notes and I was like trying to look up every second, you know, and I'm like, okay, there it is. And I still felt the butterflies. Just I felt these butterflies more than any other couple on this show. And that's what I felt when the first time I watched it. And I was like, I wonder if it's still going to resonate with me. And it still does. I don't know. There's something about Taylor. She's just so light. Obviously, we know she's still messed up like everyone else is. But Ryan just needs something light. He needs to like just smile. And if he smiled 9 times in one episode, must be a
I love that, Vic.
thing.
Let's have a smile counter for Ryan continuing forward. And of course, the Taylorisms. Also, guys, send us your Taylorisms because I want to know what you think, what your favorite parts of her with the episodes going forward. And it's funny too because what Taylor's going through is not light.
It's not, but
she is a person. Her mannerisms make it light. She's so funny.
She's a very like nervous type of, just like a quirky person.
Yeah, her mannerisms.
So, yeah, like you can tell she's stressed and it's like so overly dramatic to the point where you're like, oh, Taylor. Like you just have to pat her down like a little bit. So it's fun to watch her. I'm curious. I know when we first met Taylor, we posted about it on socials and a lot of people loved her, but a lot of people did not.
It's split.
And so I wonder, like for our listeners specifically, do you guys like Taylor? Do you guys like Taylor and Ryan together?
I think also that's split too. We've had people send in to us that Taylor grew on them through listening to us.
Which is great.
So you know how we had people like evolve into loving Marissa? So maybe we could do that for Taylor.
Maybe we can. Yeah. You guys let us know if we've changed your mind just a little bit so on
far.
Taylor.
Just a little bit.
We're not pushing the envelope, as much as you want to give us, we'll take.
And she will never replace Marissa.
We're definitely not saying that. They are completely two different entities of people. I don't think Taylor was meant to replace Marissa. I think she was just meant to make the show lighter.
Right.
I don't think they were like, yeah, okay, well now Ryan needs a love interest. So just throw Taylor in there. Which I kind of wish, as much as I do love them together, I wish like he was single for a little bit longer.
I know.
You know, he's going through something so traumatic.
Right.
So I understand why he latched on to that and why she latched on to him. But if this was a person in my life, I would have rathered him just, if I was a friend, be like, well, you know what? Maybe don't rush into this.
Right. I didn't mean to Google while you were.
No, it's okay.
This just occurred to me, and because it's like after dark, You know?
Yeah, it's after dark. We're relaxed here.
I forgot where article I was reading, but they were talking about trivia, and they said in the scene with when you had Seth, Che, and Summer outside the hall, and there was this guy standing there who had blonde hair. I read that was Ben Mackenzie's younger brother.
Oh, really?
But I cannot find that
still of
article.
him? Oh.
No, he was standing there. If you remember, there was a blonde guy. Well, there was a blonde actual guy who's just standing there nodding.
Yeah, I didn't really look at him, I guess.
Yeah, but now I can't find it. And who knows if he has a younger brother.
Right. Oh, that's funny, though, if it was him.
This is what happens when...
Do you think your mind made it up, or...
Okay, he does have a younger brother. Damn, where was that article? Because at night, when I can't fall asleep, I'll you go down holes and you're Googling. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll remember this site when I wake up in the morning. This happens all the time.
What if you looked in your history? Is that too far back?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know when I did this. I cannot find... We found his brother, Nate Shenican, which is, I guess... Or Shenkan? Shenkan, which is Ben's actual last name. The family name. If I find this article, I will post it on Patreon. Yeah. And it will be public.
We did dig for a little bit, but did not find it.
Also, if anybody's here who's not a part of our Patreon page, all the articles we talk about when we post them, they are public. So you don't have to be a member of our Patreon page. So if you go to ittakes3network.com, you'll see all of our, fun
whatever good
resources we post. Yeah, it's up for public. Anyway, I'll try to find that.
Yeah, we just dug for like a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you weren't a part of it because we edited that out.
We edited.
Anything else, Liz, before we sign off this week?
No, just excitement as always.
And light, right? We're feeling light. We're feeling good.
I'm so glad we're light now.
Yeah, me too.
I don't remember what happens with Che. I remember him bugging me a lot more than he currently does, so I'm assuming that's happening in the future.
Yeah, he pulls some bullshit and pretty much gets...
Is that what who gets Summer kicked out of Brown?
I
don't really remember her getting kicked out of Brown.
Do you remember Summer has a pet rabbit named Pancakes?
The name Pancakes sounds familiar, but I didn't remember it was a rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, though. Yeah, that's coming back to me a little bit.
Super cute.
Yeah, 4 is a big blur to me, except for the Tyler Ryan stuff. Even their relationship itself is a blur to me. I just remember really loving it. And I remember Che being annoying. I remember the finale episode, what happens there with the wedding and the baby and all the good stuff.
Yeah.
But in between, literally.
I know, we're going to have fun. It's going to be fun.
No idea. Chrismica, very excited for
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Is that coming soon since we're past
I think it's
Thanksgiving?
In 2 episodes, actually.
Very,
or 3. I know, because
excited.
I feel like we've been in November forever.
Forever, yeah.
But, they had 2 episodes in 1 week.
Right.
So,
which we found out is because now they moved it to Fridays, which is generally a bad move.
Bad for TV.
Does not work out for the TV shows because who's watching, especially live on a Friday night? Nobody. Right. So once you get moved to that, you pretty much know you're done.
Except for TGIF back in the day in the 90s.
Well, yeah, that. Right, because as a kid, you looked forward to that.
That was such a good lineup.
So good. I actually just started rewatching Sabrina again.
Really?
Yeah, I just wanted something to go to bed to that wasn't Friends because, how many times? I could watch Friends as many times as necessary, but Sabrina's on Hulu and her movie, Sabrina Down Under, is on Hulu. So if you're interested, I wanted something light that I didn't have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
So highly recommend. This is my 3rd time rewatching all of Sabrina, and it's so good.
It's so funny to me. I don't know why, because I've rewatched Saved by the Bell. It's like this. No. I could rewatch Saved by the Bell. But I love Saved by the Bell.
I love it too. But Sabrina has a humor where
it does.
Kind of could go either way. You're like, oh, okay, I could see this. It's just not as much as it's corny. It's not as corny as Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
I'm just biased.
No, that's fine. Good stuff. All right, guys, send us an emoji because we got some peaches last week, which I should have used for this week.
God, I didn't even know. I forgot about that.
So if you made it this far, which this episode won't be as long as last week, but what emoji? Maybe a pie.
Oh, yeah,
and we'll pretend it's a tort.
A tort.
Okay.
Tort.
Send us that.
Yay.
See you next week.
Bye.